Wow. Big Cypress State Park, National Preserve, whatever. Hello friends. Now I'll give you $1 if you can guess where I am. Ignore that. You can meditate anywhere, even on a loud subway. You can meditate while driving, but I recommend just focusing on driving. Just theoretically one could. Alright, here I am. This is to encourage you to meditate wherever you go. Nobody around, and when they do come, you say hey. Yesterday I was meditating at a place where riverboats, like the kind that have the giant fans on the back that go through the Everglades, launch, like where the boat goes in the water. And it was a camping spot, and I was meditating, and I didn't think anybody would show up. And this like 7-person group, like French family on vacation, they pulled up, and the kids were like, "Papa, Papa, qu'est-ce que c'est?" And then one of the little kids was like, "He's meditating." I was like, yes, he's correct. And also it was nice to be recognized. Again, I'm in a place. While you are alive, you will be in places, and most of those places are favorable to extending your attention into the situation. If you are going through a traumatic experience or in recovery against something or going through a medical process, believe it or not, putting more awareness to it, I think, does help it, but be careful because it does also speed it up and make it more intense. If you process 1 unit of emotion per day and it's very painful, it might be more painful to process 2 units of emotion per day. This is all super loosey-goosey in terms of like 1 unit, 2 unit, like 2x equals y. But there is something going on. This is kind of like, I'm not going to explain that, but please ignore me. Throw me into the trash and light it on fire, figuratively. Ignore me and become the teacher. I'm not I'm teacher, but I'm not like hot shit. Just, you know, whatever temperature my colon is. That's a joke. A lot of this meditation humor is just noticing things. Right now, no, I'm not gonna. I get so excited. All right, meditate. Vegetables are nice. You can eat meat. I don't eat a lot of meat because it makes me feel hungover, so to speak, or like irritable. Rice and beans provide full protein. Protein means you get all the amino acids that your body uses to build things. I think there's 20 standard amino acids, and there's 22 if you include pyrrolysine and the other selenocysteine. Thanks, Veronica. And you need all those proteins because different things in your body use different things. Different things in your body are made of different things, and once you eat the full palette, your body is able to use all the colors to paint a full picture, so to speak. If you just eat crackers and butter, it's yummy. You got salt, you got carbs, you got fat, protein, but maybe not so bueno. Variety is good. Now I'm rambling. See what you do to me? All right. Have fun, everybody. May not have been clear enough in encouraging you to meditate. literally anywhere that's safe. Got a lot of sun today also. Driving on this dirt road in the Florida Everglades, and I find this to be a work of art, even though it's an industrial design feature. Or I don't know what you call it. It's me trying to sound fancy. But I'm going to come on this side, and I'm going to test it out. I can't guarantee you a good meditation. I don't know if you can tell. I'll try and get closer to the water. There's like 1.5 billion fish right in there. Beautiful. I'm not lying to you if you couldn't see them. So this isn't really a balanced seat, and I definitely don't want to fall in the water, fall back, and that's okay. Sometimes we flex a little bit while meditating. You should work on keeping your low back and your mid back just ever so slightly engaged. One, proper posture. You want to protect your spine. Everything with this physical body is physical. So if you spend, 30 years like a power slouch, that will imprint. You have fascia, you have muscle patterns, you've got your bone changes a tiny bit. Sitting up, just the tiniest round in the back. You can imagine just like you can flex your tummy. I know you all show off your abs, and it's the exact opposite movement. And then for the mid-back, I like to imagine lifting up my rib cage, or since this shirt is so flexible, lifting up your nipple. And then for the upper back, it's kind of just letting the shoulders rest. And I'm going to hold my hand like this, so you have a nice scene. At this point, if I was alone, I would go through all that preparatory stuff in like a half second. Not that I'm super fast and efficient, it's just talking and explaining things, there's context. But noticing myself seated, and I have the intention to meditate. Right now I keep my eyes open, appreciating the visual impressions. Noticing a feeling of seeing, or the sensation. Hearing all kinds of animal noises. Feeling bugs like mosquitoes on me. And already a distraction, an expectation of non-meditation because of mosquitoes and stuff. And I will swat them away. But in times like this, it's nice to go super deep, but it's also nice just to practice. So lifting my hand, I move a mosquito away from my neck without trying to kill it. I bring my hand towards my forehead and brush the mosquito away again. But I'm a little bit slower than usual. That was cool. I'm a little bit more careful than usual. Not cautious, just bringing more energy into this present moment. Noticing more fully the mosquito sound, I notice that I am noticing. I notice that I am hearing. I notice that I am expecting. We move away from identifying with all the objects and experiences, recognizing what is experiencing that. I don't really know. There's answers that enlightened people have given, but I can't palpably explain it to you. But I do definitely feel the process of recognizing more and more, or at least it does feel something's building. So I would say to myself, who is it that is meditating? And I say, well, I'm meditating. I am Noah. Noah, High Heart Meditation. I'm meditating. It's like, okay, cool. So a body is sitting and a mind is trying to meditate. Who is trying to do that? And it's like, I am. All right, well, you just said you're you, but what are you? And I know some people say you're the soul, you're the brain, you're just a thought. But do you really know? Can you point to it? Like I can point and say that's concrete, and that's kneecap, and that's kneecap scar. Who is it who's looking at the knee? It's not crazy stuff. I'm asking you really to pay attention. You also maybe shouldn't have an answer. If you're thinking, you're not noticing. Yes, you could do both, but from the teachers better than I, they do say, If you're telling yourself, well, I'm this and I'm that, you're quite literally in the process of dialogue and not noticing. You can notice that you're in dialogue. You can see how it's recursive, if that's the word, like it's just kind of, and that can be really frustrating sometimes. Sitting and being like, I'm trying to meditate and I'm thinking, and you start to notice it. Ooh, and you start to notice that you're not meditating. Sometimes sitting and thinking about good things is like, oh, I'm meditating. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, that is a nice person. Yeah, that is a good mantra. Yeah, that makes me happy. I'm happy for you, but that's not meditation. You're concentrating on things. In yoga science, 8 limbs of yoga, last 3 stages, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Hope the pronunciation's right. Dharana, concentration. What we think of as meditation. Taking your attention, putting it on something. But 1/3 of the process, after going through the first 5 yoga steps, like yama, niyama, asana, pratyahara, pranayama. I forget what order pratyahara and pranayama go in. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Dharana, concentration. I am focusing on this. A really good one, if you want to do that, is focusing right here on just as you breathe. When does air become breath, and vice versa? Focus on that point. It is said that when we focus for a while in concentration, dharana becomes dhyana. I forgot which one's which. You can look it up. It's okay. I'm an experiential teacher. Someone doesn't have to know the name of a plant for them to know that they've eaten it for years and it's been healthy. Similar with my meditation, but I love to study. So meditation is like that concentration feeling. Maybe you know it from meditation, or just when kind of you catch yourself just existing. But meditating, like sitting down to do it, we don't catch ourselves. It's an intentional process. And that's really cool, because those moments when, if you know what I'm talking about, those moments when you just kind of recognize that you are there experiencing things, like maybe you're at a concert and it's like you hear the music and you recognize you're in a good mood, and then it's just kind of, and so it's kind of more like that. And then after that, samadhi, that's like getting into magical yoga stuff. You can look up videos of yogis walking in the snow, basically naked, doing other kinds of magical feats. Buddhist monks bringing medicines from one mountain to the next, just in light robes, all kinds of stuff. That's above my pay grade, though that's what I'm going for, and so we're kind of in this together. But the samadhi level is where that meditation kind of becomes expansive. I've talked to people who have, like in this lifetime, I've talked to people who have said they've experienced themselves and like other people and animals at the same time. Like they thought for a little bit that they were like the universe. And they come back to regular life and they drive and they run businesses and they have jobs. And they're great people. They're just a little bit nicer than usual because that experience is pretty expansive. I did have the intention when I pulled over to meditate, but I just had so much fun talking to you. But maybe we can meditate really quickly. There's a car coming. Noticing a feeling of anticipation. How will they think I am? Noticing green of many shades. Noticing brown. Who is noticing? You're noticing, but what are you? Not what are you, what are your qualifications? Come on, I just explained it earlier. What are you? What are you? What is looking from those eyes? What is interpreting the brain signal at the back, or the eye signal at the back of the brain? What is noticing a desire and claiming it to be virtuous or not? That's what we're finding out. I wish you the absolute best, and thank you for spending time with me. Maybe a little bit of goofball energy recently in these videos. Still kind of coming into myself, so to speak. There's also some current events issues that I'm really interested in that haven't been super easy to talk about with friends and family, and so maybe that will develop in a nice way pretty soon. But whatever happens, it's all part of the process. Yes, it's nice when things go well, but when things are not going well, it can be really helpful to bring more attention. Imagine how many arguments and fights you could have avoided if as soon as it started, you just went, you know what? I'm noticing this is probably that thing. I don't really want to do it. And it might be hard to get the other person in that state too, but at least you are working on you. Proud of ya. Bye, have fun. Tomies, would you believe me if I told you I pulled over because I found a beautiful spot to meditate? Permit holders only. I've got my driver's license. I would still get a ticket, but just joking. There is a picnic table, and so I'm going to meditate on top of the table. It's going to be so nice. It's a little bit windy, so the mosquitoes might get blown away. I meditated here yesterday because I'm driving on the same road, and I got annihilated. Happy to provide meals for them, but it does hurt and itch. So, mixed bag. All right, meditation timer. So there's nobody else on the road, and it's nighttime. And it might look like a regular road right now, but there's, let's see. Well, anyway, I'm in water. Woo! It's so beautiful. It's coming up again. And, yeah, here we go. I'm in a rental car, so I'm going kind of slow. I know this is safe because I already drove this way in the daytime. And as long as you don't go too fast, it's just like the bottom half of the wheel getting wet. But I find this so magical and beautiful! Alright, bye!